two, you faded to play. Now, in the pixels and the lights, feel the thrill of the fights. The game's so intense, I need some defense. A victory allowed, so press start now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Lsd, and I'm with my homeboy Eggs over here.
How's it going?
And we Too Faded to Play, the podcast about video games and day drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a thunderstorm outside right now, so sorry if you hear that noise.
Yeah. It's a little bit of frog strangle out there. It's pretty bad. When I was on my way over here, it was flooding a little bit.
Yeah, I remember earlier in the day they were giving warnings about just flooding in the area in general.
So, but shit, we gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna talk about some video games. We gonna drink.
Yep.
And hopefully CC be good today.
Yeah, she likes barking at the thunder for some reason. I don't know if she thinks she can stop it that way or what, but...
Hey, dogs, man. Dogs.
Yeah, they're special.
Shit. What's been up with you, man? I ain't seen you all week.
Yeah, I mean, the big stuff I've kind of told you about that I've spent my last week doing, which is just jailbreaking, modding the shit out of my PS Vita.
Yeah.
I've been messing around with that a lot. It's just... really I wanted an emulation device because you brought over that emulator device and I played with it and it was really cool and I really like it and I was kind of looking into buying one.
Yeah.
And what I wanted the system to do would have cost me about $200.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really have the money to just put on like that. I was like, what can I do to be able to have a retro emulator on the go? And I was just kind of looking around and I was like, I've got this PS Vita I haven't turned on in 3 years.
Right.
I wonder what the jailbreak and modding scene is like on that. So I just looked it up and it's incredibly easy now. Yeah. Like you showed up here maybe 30 minutes ago with your Vita and I jailbroke it in that time. Yeah. It's fully jailbroken. And because it used to be difficult. Like I looked it up a while ago and it was a lot of steps. You had to hook it up to your PC, move a bunch of files, do all this stuff, and it was difficult, but now it's really simple. And
yeah, totally easy. Because when you told me about it, I was like, Vita, huh? Mm-hmm. Let me go cop one.
Yeah. And it can emulate up to N64. Yeah. And it's probably only about 50% of the N64 library that it plays well. But the fact that it can do that is because I just want to play Super Nintendo and like Game Boy and Genesis on the go. So that's what I was really looking for. But the fact it can also do up to N64 is cool. And also it's a Sony system, so it plays PlayStation 1 games crazy well. It plays PlayStation Vita games and it plays PSP games. Yeah. And those are all available on it. So I was just like, I'm not spending the $200. I'll just mod this thing and be done with it.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, man. Because, it's out there. The information is out there for you. Mm-hmm. You know, if you got the time and you want to get a bunch of games, if you got like a PlayStation Vita or, it's a number of things that you could do that you could just mod stuff. Mm-hmm. But if you got like the time and the patience, yeah, you can go ahead and get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because some of the games that we want are very expensive. Mm-hmm. And I know firsthand because I went and I looked at some games yesterday and I was just like, wow, that's fucking high.
Oh, yeah.
$200-$300 for one game. Mm-hmm. I was like,
And the way I look at it with the Vita is they have shut the store down on the Vita. So you can no longer buy games off the Vita store. You can no longer go online and play multiplayer games on the Vita. So might as well make it useful. Do something to it to make it useful. Right. Normally I wouldn't do this to a system until it's at that point. So if it's like a still running active system, I'm not gonna lock myself out of it like that, basically.
Right. That's like was that last week? Xbox shut down the 360s.
Yeah, the store and the online it's all dead now.
Yeah, so if you have a 360, you just got a brick. You know.
Like, you can still play your single player games, but that's all it's good for.
But shit, if you got the Xbox One, I mean, I guess you can play it on there. Maybe.
Yeah, you can play some. It's not full backwards compatibility,
right, but... Right. But anyways, man, let's get into our beer.
Alrighty.
What we got today?
I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like Tropicalvis or something like that.
Let me see that. So we got some tall boys. Tropicalis?
Tropicalis? I don't know. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it.
I'm going to say Tropicalis.
It's made by Lenny Boy Brewing Company.
This is a juicy white IPA.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, what is that? I don't know what a juicy white IPA is. We've had plenty of IPAs. We've had hazy, we've had sweet, we've had sour. But I don't know what the hell a juicy white IPA is.
It's kind of a Golden Girl-ish type of theme. Florida.
Yeah.
I get Florida vibes out of this. 6%.
I get acid frog vibes out of it.
Yeah, if you look at it too long and you own something, yeah, you probably get that vibe too. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool looking can. I like the art.
It's Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, so it's the Carolina. And check it out, 6%. Ain't no story on it. All right, so let's go ahead and see what they do.
That's pretty good.
It is good.
It's not strong.
No.
Like, it's very light flavor, light tasting.
Grapefruit.
But it is good. Yeah, I mean, it's the IPA, and that's typically the flavor you get out of an IPA.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's very light. I say it's like kind of light IPA.
Yeah.
Not heavy. I like it.
Yeah, no, I like it too.
Yeah, shout out to Lenny Boy. Well, shit, man. Let's go ahead and get into our game.
Cartridge Club. So, I'm probably 15 years late. Probably 12.
I'm about 12 years late. So, for this episode, we played Skyrim. And I finally played Skyrim for the first time ever.
A real Skyrim. Well, I should say a real Elder Scrolls game.
A real Elder Scrolls game, because the very first game I played was Elder Scrolls Online.
Which is a terrible game.
It is fucking awful. I hated it.
It's an MMO. It doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought, because my buddies was playing it, that it'll be a fun game. I didn't like it.
I think that's how MMOs try to trick people into playing them.
Yeah.
Is they get a small, they get some people playing it, and they're like, oh, you can play this with your friends. Tell your friends to play it with you. And then I think that's how they trick other people into playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pay a lot for it. I got it on Black Friday. I think I paid $15 for the game. So, I mean, I wasn't too hurt about it, but it was a fucking god-awful game. And I said I never wanted to play Skyrim. I've seen it played, but I never wanted to play it. But my honest opinion of it, it's okay. I like it. It's not like everybody was like, oh, this is like the best game in the world.
I'd say I don't agree with that. I think it's a great game. Yeah. But I do think people overhype it a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people overhyped it. And I'm thinking I'm just going, as soon as I touch this game, I'm going to be hooked. It's okay for me. It's a grinding game. You got to grind hard just to build your character up. Because you can't just go venture off wherever the fuck you want to go, because you'll die. It is bad. I guess I'm playing it on the PlayStation 1, so it's like, I mean, it looks
PlayStation 4.
No, I'm sorry. I'm playing on the Xbox One.
Xbox One. Okay.
My bad. I was drinking before I got here, but anyway. I was playing on the Xbox One, and I thought it was, I mean, it looked dated to me, but
yes.
At the same time, I'm sitting there like, well, this game did come out 15 years ago.
It also came out on the PS3 360.
But
yeah,
it's like a game like they keep remastering Last of Us. Remaster that.
Bethesda re-releases Skyrim in various forms, probably once every 5 years, and instead of putting any money into it, they just re-release it.
Yeah.
So that's where. So I like Skyrim.
Mm.
Once you put Skyrim on the PC, is I think when it becomes a fantastic game.
This is better.
When it reaches the part that everybody hypes it up to be, that's when it's on PC, because you can mod the shit out of the game.
Okay.
You can make the game look better than any current AAA game.
Okay.
Like after the podcast, if I'm still thinking straight after drinking, I'll pull up a video. Somebody just like redid one of the cities, and it looks like fucking real life.
Oh wow.
And like my PC couldn't handle some of the mods that like you can put on this game.
Oh, so you gotta have some powerful shit.
Yeah, you have to have top of the line stuff, and so once you get it into the PC side, and you can mod in like different swords, different weapons, how you can mod in guns if you want to, and just kill everything. You know.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I need.
Yeah,
I need guns. Yeah, to be honest, man, like I can see how you can get sucked into it. Because it's basically Fallout.
Yeah.
You know, it's Fallout but with swords, and you know you can't pick up too much because it make you sluggish. You know, the thing is, I guess I got mine set a certain way where I gotta eat, I have to sleep. My homeboy was like, "Oh no, you can take all that off." I was like, "Well, yeah, but like I want the real experience though, you know." But that shit like hinders you too. Like if you don't have enough food, then you go off somewhere, you might not see no food for a while, but it fucks up your energy, it fucks up your stamina, all that. Yeah. All that come into play. I'm like, damn, like this is like pretty detailed.
I normally play without the food option. The sleep I'll play with sometimes just because you can just stop and sleep most of the time. Right. But yeah, I normally turn off the food.
Yeah, my buddy, he said he turns off the food. He's like, man, yeah, like I'll show you how to turn that off, and it's way better. I was playing it like balls in. Yeah, I was like,
no, you went in on hard mode basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. The battle sequence, I thought it was kind of choppy. Like when when you're fighting people, it's like you swinging the sword, but you might be off a little bit. You know, so it's kind of missing. I didn't like that. I guess once I get used to it, I get better at my attack plan. I thought it was hard. You said I was playing it on hard, but I think it was hard as fuck. Yeah. Like I died so many times, and I'm playing, my homeboy talking to my ear, and he's like, hey, save constantly, because you'll fuck around and get far, and then you'll die, and it'll take you all the way back. And that happened to me like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. I'm like, man, I got to start all the way back here? Oh, I was pissed.
Yep. Yeah, I think it auto-saves when you go into buildings, but if you're just out exploring, you're not going into a building.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, so.
I got to a point where it pissed me off. I just turned the game off because I didn't have any more energy. And I was fighting this one guy, and he was very difficult. And he hit you, he basically screamed. He was like kind of like a banshee. If he scream at you, then that wave or whatever, you dead. Like, I'm like, well, how do I block this? I'm putting my shield up, it does nothing, whatever. I was like, and I didn't have no energy. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna have to like go back out and go get some hearts, then come back and fuck with him, or come back, like beef him up a little bit, and then go back into that dungeon to fight him.
I said turn off the food mod, turn off the food thing, and go ahead and hold on to the game a little longer. Because once you kill him, you get his power. Okay. And you can start using stuff like that, and that's when the game, I don't want to say opens up, but that's when you get the main mechanic of Skyrim, which is called shouting. And as you travel around the world, you'll run into dragons.
I did. I fought one in the beginning.
And then when you eventually get to the point where you can kill dragons, you collect their soul, and you can use that soul to unlock shouts, which is what that guy's using. And then you can use those abilities while fighting as just like a side option. So you can have your sword in one hand, you can have your magic in the other, or your shield, or your, and then you can be in a battle and enemies are getting close up to you, and you can take that guy's power and just push them all back. And you get stuff like that. You get speed to where you're just launching through places, and
I was getting stuff, and I used some magic. Oh shit. Anyway, I was using the magic because it was a couple parts. Because as I moved through that dungeon, the zombies got more stronger. So I wasn't killing them as quick as I was. So I had that flame one. And I just lighting them up, boom, 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 just burning them to death, and it was working pretty good. The one part that kind of pissed me off was when you in that room, you just killed that big ass spider, and dude kind of caught up in the web. He's entangled in the webs. So you cut him down. He's supposed to give you the damn claw thing. This bitch ass motherfucker runs off. Yep. I'm like, oh, okay, but he ends up, getting killed. When after I died a couple of times, I kept spawning back to there. As soon as I cut us down, I just killed him. Like, give me the shit, bitch. Yeah. But what I should have did, I should have walked back out the other way, go get that shit to dude. But I just kept going on deeper and deeper into the dungeon. And I was just like, I just put that fucking game down. Like, I had to really sit down, clear my week, and just grind on it, because that's a grinding game.
You don't have to do crazy amounts of grinding, because I'll be honest, the leveling up system doesn't really get you much. It's more based around the weapons you find and use. Okay. So each individual thing you can do in the game has its own leveling system. Yeah. So your fighting has its own level. Your character has a main level. Your fighting has its own level. Your archery has its own level. Sneaking, stealth attacks, right? Making weapons, making armor, all that has its own individual levels, and that's more what matters than your overall level. Okay. Because your overall level gives you a little more stamina. It'll give you a little more health, longer magic bar or something like that. But really, when it comes down to it, the main thing you're going to want to do is just better weapons. Okay. So you just want to keep an eye out for better weapons, basically. So like those zombies you run into, you can take the weapons off of them,
which I was doing.
And like the sword they have is slightly stronger than the normal iron sword you can get. So you would swap to that, and you'd have a little more damage. And
yeah, that's what I was doing. I was picking up their stuff, using their stuff. I kind of fancied the Warhammer a lot, because it was like you hit that boy twice. Like, it was slow, but it was effective. Like, it took a lot of damage, so I like that Warhammer a lot. Yeah. But it was just a little bit, he was a little sluggish, because he had to swing it from back here. But when it connect, it took like half his bar. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah. So.
Yeah, so I think whether or not you do, it's up to you. But I'd like you to just get a little further in the game, because once you kill your first dragon, after that sequence, which you're really close to that, that's when the game actually opens the world up more. And then each individual city has its own individual quests. There's so much to do in that game, in each city and little side towns and stuff. I have played that game 7 or 8 different times since it came out on the PlayStation 3. I've never beaten the main story of that game.
Oh, shit.
Because I always get sidetracked with other little stuff. You can go to
I was doing that because it was before I went to go into that dungeon. I was dicking around in that town, and I was picking up other quests, and I was doing that because I killed like a giant. I killed like a couple of giants. Another thing, the stealing thing. I was like, oh shit, like, cause I'm like, I really don't want to walk all the way over here, but I really do want this horse. I stole the horse. Yeah. But when you get off the horse, that motherfucker he going home. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, hold on, bitch, come back here, I need you.
Yeah. But yeah, it gets the stories and the quests get really in depth eventually.
Okay.
And little things will affect everything else that happens. So like, for an example, if you go out, you're in the wild or something, you come across a small small cottage, and there's just like a person in there, and you're like, it's just one person. I'm gonna kill him. Who's gonna know? You killing somebody sets off multiple different side things where if somebody down the line in one of the cities of the jurisdiction finds the body, they'll investigate, and there's a chance they might figure out it was you, and you'll get approached by the guards, and you might get thrown in jail, and then you got to break out of jail. Or an assassination guild will find out about it, and they'll approach you, and they'll try to kill you to see if you're worth anything, and if you kill them back, they'll send you a different letter. They'll send you a letter in the mail from the post, and it just says, like, we know what you did, and then you've got to investigate after that to figure out who sent you this, to track down this assassination guild. You get to join in, and then they send you on this long line of quests, like 20 different quests of you just, like, taking down, like, powerful rich people by breaking into their houses in the middle of the night, sneaking around, taking out their guards, stealing their money and their jewels, and like it gets really in depth.
I believe. You're right. I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna wait till I got like a clear weekend when I ain't got nothing going on, and we not shooting. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna sit there and just grind.
Yeah.
All day. So, where do you put it on our Cartridge Club?
I would put it in between Ark of Nepishtim and Super Mario Wonder.
Ooh. Yeah. You know what? Kind of right there. I do like it. I didn't hate it. And I will go back to playing it. It's just something I just got to have some time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a long game.
But I'm definitely going to put it high.
Damn.
Number 2.
You put it higher than I did.
Yeah. Like, I liked it.
Yeah.
I really did like it. But I think I went in it wrong. I should have stocked up before I went into that dungeon. I just went in there thinking like it was going to be short after you got the claw. But it's like, nah, you got to go deeper in that bitch. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and turn off the hunger thing. Just turn it off. I don't know anybody who actually plays with it.
That's real Skyrim people.
Yeah,
that's
and
the Skyrim grinders or whatever. But I got it high because, like I said, I didn't hate it. So, and
that's kind of what I'm. My main reason for wanting you to play it is just because you've said you've hated Elder Scrolls so much, and even if you didn't really like the game, my whole point was stop saying Elder Scrolls is the MMO.
so bad.
Like if you said you didn't like Skyrim, I would have been okay with that.
And you know what? I got Oblivion. Never touched it.
Yeah,
but I have it.
Oblivion's really good too.
Yeah,
it's a little uglier than Skyrim graphically, and it's a different area of the world. It's not like the same map, but Oblivion's also really good. So,
okay. All right, so go ahead and read that off, sir.
Eggs is side. Nier Automata, Sphinx, Ark of Nepishtim, Skyrim, Super Mario Wonder, Spider-Man 2, Okami, Bayonetta, Forspoken, Returnal, Eiyuden Chronicles, Jet Set Radio, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Cathedral, Godfall, King of Route 66, and Wulong. On LSD's side, we have Returnal, Skyrim, Super Mario Wonder, Nier Automata, Forspoken, Bayonetta, Spider-Man 2, Sphinx, Ys the Ark of Nepishtim, Godfall, Okami, Eiyuden, Cathedral, Jet Set Radio, King of Route 66, Wulong, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the Cartridge Club list right there.
Yep. So what are we playing next?
We gonna do a handheld game. We haven't done a held hand in a while. I'm a little geek. We haven't had one in a while, so since I got the Vita, we're gonna play Child of Light.
Yes.
For
the Vita.
The PlayStation Vita.
Yep. Game I've never played. I remember hearing about it when it came out, but I've never gotten to it.
Yeah, I played like a little bit of it, and it looks like it's fun. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna dive into it this week.
Yeah, and you can take that one with you.
Yeah, because it's mine.
Well, I mean, like on the road with you for
Yeah. So when I'm in the hotel, I can go ahead and get in grinding. But yeah, shit, man, we got an interesting topic today.
It's a weird one.
It is very weird, and it's the topic of the podcast is game names.
Yes.
And there's some very weird names out here.
There is.
And one, I hope we don't bump heads on it, but I got a feeling we just might because it's so far out there. But
we'll see. We'll see.
But before we get into that, we're going ahead and get into our liquor side of things.
Alrighty.
It ain't nothing extreme. I like it. I've had it a bunch of times. I don't know if you ever had it, but Bullet whiskey.
I've had it before. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's smooth, man. I like it. Mm-hmm. I've had it a couple of times. I used to buy a lot of it. I don't think I have any at the house.
Okay,
but I like it. It's pretty smooth. We're gonna go ahead and talk about these weird game names. I got a little list.
Yeah, I got a little one too.
So we're gonna start with the DS.
Okay.
DS. The Touch of Dick.
The Touch of Dick.
That's so funny. Yeah, the Touch of Dick. It's not what you think.
Yeah, tell me about it a little bit.
So the Touch of Dick is a was it a German game? Is it German?
Okay.
It's something. It's overseas. It's not over here. But the Touch of Dick is basically the Touch of Dictionary.
Ah.
It's a dictionary game.
Okay.
The problem was Westerners didn't like the name The Touch of Dick. So they changed it to Touch of Dictionary. Mm-hmm. So when I Googled it, I was looking for The Touch of Dick. Mm-hmm. Bunch of bullshit comes up.
Probably didn't find the game.
Nah, it ain't that game. So you make sure you gotta put DS Touch of Dick. Because you see Touch of Dick, you don't get dick. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, it came out in 2005. It's a DS game. It's basically just the dictionary. That's it.
Okay.
But Westerners didn't like it, so they changed it for Westerners. The Karens over here didn't like it. Like, oh my God, it's so inappropriate. But it's just a dictionary game. It's not even a game. It's just a dictionary.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I tried to find one online for sale. Couldn't find it.
Okay.
Couldn't even get a price on it.
Okay.
So
that kind of reminds me of when I was younger. I had I used to play guitar, and I had a smartphone, and I had one of the early guitar tuner apps, and it was called it's a little burn.
That first one goes, it gets smooth out of that.
The app I had was called Guitar String Tuner. Mm-hmm. When it was the earlier days of smartphones and apps like that, so when it put it up on the app or the main home screen, that was before they had like set up names for it and whatnot, and it just abbreviated the name of the full app. My mom was going through my phone one day. She was looking at it, and she saw the app down there, and she got real upset because the abbreviation of Guitar String Tuner was apparently just an app called G-String. And she saw it. She's like, "What is this? What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Just touch it. It's just tap. It's a guitar app. Just." She's like, "It says G-String." I'm like, "I know. It's a guitar string. Touch it. Just open the app."
That's funny. Oh man, that's so good. Yo, you haven't freaked your mom. Oh man, that's so funny. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so my, I guess, first one, I it's a kind of a stack of games, but they're all in the same series, so I'm going to talk about them.
Okay.
So one of my favorite game series.
This
Ratchet
motherfucker owns them.
What's that?
I said he owns the damn game.
Yeah, I got them all. So Ratchet and Clank is known for putting innuendos into their titles, and a lot of parents get upset with them.
Yeah.
So the first one they did was Ratchet and Clank 2, Going Commando. And I mean, the back of it just says kicking ass. So, but yeah, Going Commando was the title of the first time they did the weird innuendo thing. The second one they did is Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Which is they're great names when they're allowed to do it.
Right.
And then the reason I've thought about this is because I've been playing it now that I modded my Vita, which was a PSP game, which is Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. So they've always done that, and some of them they're a little different. Like one of them they released that they never released physically, so I don't have a copy of it on hand, is Ratchet and Clank The Quest for Booty.
I like that.
I have 2 more of the Ratchet and Clank games here because they aren't really the game by themselves. They aren't suggestive. It's Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, and then Ratchet and Clank All for One.
Okay.
They wanted to name these things differently, but
sure.
Sony told them no.
They must be out the way.
The original name for Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time was supposed to be Ratchet and Clank Clock Blockers. And the original name for Ratchet and Clank All for One, which is a 4-player game, this was the first 4-player Ratchet and Clank game, was supposed to be Ratchet and Clank Foreplay. And those 2 both got, Sony just said no.
Yeah, y'all playing too close.
Yeah.
Y'all too close to the muddy water. That's funny. Man. So my next one is an NES game. And it is called Scat. And
That's
if
nasty.
you know what Scat is, that's disgusting.
That's nasty.
But it actually stands for Special Cybernetic Attack Team. It was basically just like a kind of like a pre-Soulcon-ish game, and it came out in 1990. And if you was to find one now, just open just the game, it's $118.
Damn.
In the box.
For Scat?
For Scat. Yes. In the box Scat. It's $118. But if you want to pay to play and you want the sealed copy, $2,400.
I gotta pay $2,400 for a box of sealed Scat?
Yep. Oh my God, I'm crying. Yeah. Oh yeah, some sealed Scat you gonna play. You gotta pay. If you just want the open Scat, you a fresh out the box. It's $118. Oh man, but yeah, that's one, man. That's my next one. That's funny. Oh shit, what you got?
So I'm going to use this next one as a moment to complain a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
So
complaining.
This game on the PlayStation 1, Parasite Eve. I've
heard of that game.
Yeah, it was somewhat popular. It's a known game.
Yeah.
It's a Square Enix game. People knew about it. On the PlayStation 1, they released Parasite Eve and Parasite Eve 2. So, knowing that, what would you expect them to name the third Parasite Eve game?
I don't know. What would that be?
Would you name it The Third Birthday?
That's Parasite Eve?
This is Parasite Eve 3.
The third birthday? What?
It's just called The Third Birthday.
But why would it come out of that?
I don't fucking know.
What does the third birthday even mean?
It's a PSP exclusive of Parasite Eve. The third game in the series, not named Parasite Eve. And then Square Enix had the fucking gall to complain that it didn't sell well.
Because it's not Parasite Eve.
Because it's not fucking named the game of the series.
Like, if you don't know what it is, unless you a Parasite Eve fan.
I'm a Parasite. I didn't know it was.
It's
The only indication is the girl on the cover.
Because that's the main character.
That's the main character. But you look at that and you tell me, do you see who that is?
Barely.
Yeah, there's a slight resemblance between them.
And that's just the face.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, you don't know what her body look like.
No, like, so it's like, they complain that it didn't sell well, and it's like, well, why? What? Who fucking knows why? Huh?
No shit. It would have been like Parasite Eve, the third birthday.
That would have been fine.
You're right. They would have got it.
Yeah.
But you just the third birthday. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's fucking stupid. That's what it is.
And somebody probably sitting like, "Oh, third birthday. I don't want to see this."
Yeah.
Kid game. Yeah. No. Absolutely not.
It's fucking stupid.
I got it. My next one is Big Mother Truckers 2. Truck Me Harder.
Truck Me Harder.
I thought that was so great. So it's basically like Route 66. Mm-hmm. But it's just the same game, but Truck Me Harder.
Yeah.
And that one didn't make it over here.
Oh, really?
So that's a European game only.
Okay.
So over here, it's just Big Mother Trucker 2. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have that Truck Me Harder at the bottom. That came out in 2002. If you was to get one, it'll be the European copy. It'll be $6 open. But if you want a seal, it's like $91. Mm-hmm. So I did mine a little different because I wanted to see what the prices of these games were. Yeah. There's only 2 that didn't have a price.
Okay. The touch of dick.
Touch dick. And the last one I'm gonna talk about, I hope you don't clash with. Okay. But if you do it, you do.
I don't think we will.
This one's crazy. This is right up your alley too.
Okay.
What?
It probably is. I might know the game, but I probably didn't put it down because I have this weird thing where I don't look at game because I play weird games.
You do play weird games.
So when I see the name of some games, I don't think, oh, that's weird.
Oh no, you want this game.
Yeah.
So, I know for a fact you want this game.
Do you know of the Strong Bad series on YouTube or on the internet?
I'm not hip.
So there was somebody who it was Flash animation. Mm-hmm. It was these brothers that made Flash animations, and they made this character named Strong Bad, and his like main gimmick in it was he was the character that would answer emails that were sent to them, and he was specifically his backstory was he was a wrestler from the NES tag team wrestling game. Mm-hmm. That was where and now he's retired or whatever, and now he just answers emails all day. But it got really popular, and they ended up making a video game, which I own it online. It's like a point-and-click game, but it's called Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People. It's a stupid name, but it works with the tone of the series because it's like really stupid and dumb. But like, yeah, and there was 4 of them, and all 4 chapters of it are named differently. Like chapter 4 is called like Strong Bad's Game for Attractive People. Chapter 4. Part 3 of, and then it like just keeps going down the line. But they're funny games. They're funny Flash videos too. They're all online.
Okay, I'm about to go look that up. This one, I didn't do no research in it, but I thought the name was weird. I thought it was funny. Irritating Stick.
Irritating Stick.
And that was on. I think that was on the Game Boy.
Okay.
Let me make sure. But I believe.
Oh, I think I might know what that game is actually.
Let me look it up because I think that is Game Boy. No, it's on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah. It's a PlayStation game. It's a puzzle game.
Look at a image of it. I want to for the gameplay because I think I might know. Yeah, I do know that game.
Yo, so you have...
I know the game.
Okay.
So basically, it's a maze game in a way, where you've got to move through these twisting mazes, but you play as a rotating stick.
Yeah, so it's just like kind of like whoop. You got to hit like the dots, and they got to boom, 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 boom. Oh shit! I didn't know that was still on.
But you got to make your way through these really tight mazes, kind of like it's Operation. You can't touch the edges.
Right.
It's just this rotating stick that's trying to swing you into the walls every time you move.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a valuable game. Came out in 1998. Open copy is $20. I mean, just the disc is $20. Sealed is $59.
Okay.
So if you got like kind of like a complete open, you're probably running about $30.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty valuable for a game. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's gonna go up.
The next one is a game that came out on the PS Vita, actually, which is relevant to what we've been talking about. And on the surface, the base series of the game doesn't really sound too crazy. The base name of the series is Oculus Trip. But they do this funny little thing on the title, like the case, the artwork, and everything, on purpose, where they mix Oculus Trip, the two words, together, so that you can't really tell if it says Oculus Trip or Oculus Strip. Which comes more into play when you read the whole title of the game. Oculus Strip, Undead and Undressed.
Bye.
And it is a game where you go around and you beat up zombies, and as their health goes down, their clothes fly off.
I honestly believe, like, when people come up with names for games, I think they just be like either extremely bored or they just be like, let's see how far we can push it before we get canceled.
I'm sure.
Because I think overseas, there's like a little bit more leniency when it comes to like, names and games. Because I think in the UK, like, they show like actual sex on TV.
Yeah.
Like over here, it's kind of like skin to max a little bit.
Over here, we're more apt to show violence over sexual stuff. Right. Whereas other places, it's less violent but more sexual.
Like you'll see a whole dong over there just floppy.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, good. My next one, I like the name. I saw the gameplay. It looks like the absolute worst game ever. It's called Balls.
Balls.
Balls with a Z.
Okay. Oh, so it's cool balls.
Battle of the Balls.
Balls, Battle of the Balls.
Balls, Battle of the Balls. So it's basically a fighting game. But you're basically like a balls. Just a bunch of balls. And, you're fighting other balls. It looks ridiculous. But it just picture a stick man and he's just all circles.
Yeah.
So, you fighting balls. Like, that's the name of the game. Like, it looked like the most ridiculous game ever. I watched the gameplay. I'm like, who bought this?
Maybe nobody. Who knows?
I mean,
unless it's worth something, maybe.
Nah, I looked it up. It's like a loose copy. If you just got the disc, it's $5.
Oh, okay.
And sealed is $27.
Okay.
So, I mean, it ain't great, but it ain't valuable. But it's a pretty terrible game. I thought that name was funny to me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, my last two kind of go together in a way. So I had a thought when I was looking this stuff up, and I was just curious. What is the longest name of a game?
You son of a bitch.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did.
All right, well, you go ahead. You do it then.
Nah, you go ahead and do it. You run it.
'Cause do we have the same one?
It's long as fuck.
Which one do you have?
I knew he was gonna bump heads.
We may have bumped heads on that one there.
Well, I'll let you take it, because you definitely bump heads if you said the longest video game ever. Like, hold on, I gotta bring it up. Cause I was like, we gonna bump heads. I know it. Adolescent record, a summer at high school on an island where that one?
Yes, but I have a different translation of the name.
See, we got 2. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
You don't run it. Go ahead and run it.
So that one is part of it, but I also have the longest one that holds the Guinness World Record for longest name in English. As an actual English released game. It is Cthulhu Saves the World. Super Hyper Enhanced Championship Edition Alpha Diamond XD Plus Alpha Creators Edition without avatars.
Nope. That ain't it. I thought we bumped heads for a minute. That's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll let you run that one. This one long as fuck.
Well, that was the English one. The one I think I also have written down a slightly different translation of the Japanese one.
Go.
You want me to go ahead and just say it?
Go ahead and run it.
Or at least the translation that I have is... Summertime high school. A young man's notes how a new exchange student like myself ran into his childhood friend on the school tour, and then for some reason became super popular with the girls for his daily scoops on the school photography club, even though he only takes panty shots, and what he thinks as he goes on dates during his summer of island school life.
It's just like that. But mine's translated different though.
Yeah. Go ahead, read your translation.
Mine was hold on. Let me get summer colored high school, adolescent record, a summer at school where an island where hold on, because it's all fucked up. It says a summer at a school on the island where I contemplate how the first day I transformed, I ran into a childhood friend and was forced to join a journalism club where my days as a paparazzi kid with great scoops made me rather popular among the girls, but strangely my camera was full of panty shots where my candid romance is going. That's mine. It's the same game.
Same game, yes.
It's a Japanese game.
Yes.
And I had looked it up because I wanted to see what it was worth, because I was like, that's got to be valuable. There's no fucking price on it.
You couldn't find it at all.
I couldn't find it at all. I looked on eBay. I couldn't find that shit at all. I'm like, that's a valuable game. I want it. I want that shit.
I want the panty picture game.
I looked at some gameplay of it. That shit, ew. That shit.
Is it like an actual game?
Yeah, it's a game.
Okay, because by the title, I thought it was like a visual novel.
No.
Because I didn't look into it. Like, I didn't look at like what the game was or what... Because to me, that sounds like it was a visual novel. But...
It's a game.
It's a game. It's an actual game.
I want that shit.
Is it an adults-only game?
I don't know. It's on the PlayStation 4. I want that shit.
Oh, it's a recent game.
Yeah, it's not old. It's recent. I was like, oh. Yeah, I need to find that.
Well, I'll tell you, probably look on a Japanese website.
No, you find it over there.
Because, oh, excuse me.
There you go.
The PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 are unlocked region unlocked, so you can play that game on your system.
Oh, like
you don't
online?
you don't even need like a Japanese PS4 to play it.
Okay.
You can just play it on yours.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up. I thought that was weird. I was like, we're gonna bump heads on that because that one's real quirky. Yeah. And it's like the longest name ever. Yours a little different. Mine's like different too. But when I was like, panty pictures.
I think yours is like the direct translation, where I think mine is it's translated and then it's also been shifted to be more palatable to our language. I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah. I said I want it. I looked on our site because I was bored this week and I went on our special site.
Yeah.
And I was looking on there. I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and close this computer. Cause I seen some shit. I was like, nah, man, nah.
Yeah, no.
Man, my last one is for the Dreamcast.
Okay.
Seaman, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think about that game. That's probably the most popular fucking weird ass name game ever. And I don't know who the fuck thought it was a good idea to name it that.
And it is weird though, because I saw the gameplay of it. I'm like, this is so fucking weird. Who wants to play this game?
It's so fucking weird. For anybody who doesn't know, Seaman is a game where you're basically taking care of a fish.
Yeah.
But the fish has a human face and talks to you.
Yeah.
And it is so fucking weird. It's got a weird deep voice and it talks monotone.
Yeah.
And it so just weird. Stares at you like in your eyes.
And then you just got like a tank full of these weird humanoid fish.
Yeah, it's so full of weird. Semen.
Full of semen. But I was curious. I was like, let me see how much they're going for.
Yeah.
Loose, $35. Mm-hmm. If a loose game is $35, that's a good sign.
Yeah, normally.
In sealed, $233. Mm-hmm. So if you got it in the case, you probably running $125-ish.
Yeah.
So
it's a weird game.
It's a very weird game, but weird games are expensive games.
Yeah.
Like, you think of the more popular games, Mortal Kombat, God of War, Tomb Raider, like, because they print so many of them.
Yeah.
That it's basically worthless.
Yeah.
In the long run. But like those weird games, those games with them quirky names, the shit you never heard of, they probably only did like, a couple thousand runs of that game, where next thing you know, they just like kind of just blow up in price,
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like you said, like the popular games that are really good games, they print so many of them because they sell so well. Right. It's a dime a dozen kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the weird games that no one thinks about, no one talks about.
Yeah.
Those are the games that only sell 10,000 copies.
Right.
And those are the games that become rare that people want because they're weird and they're unique. And I'm trying to look for it. It was one of our past episodes I talked about it.
Like that one game that I got that it's a rated R game or X-rated game, but that game is weird and it's going to be worth some money eventually. Not now, but because I had the complete with the book, the case.
The book.
The book.
The book.
The book is the money.
Yeah, I say here's an example from one of our old episodes. I guess spoiler for that episode if you haven't watched it. The highest valued video game on the PlayStation 4 currently is Poop Slinger.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's like $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one bought it. It's an extremely rare game.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck's gonna buy a game called Poop Slinger?
Nobody.
Nobody's
gonna buy it.
But now, if you got a copy of it,
it's a mint.
Yeah, you're good.
only popular games that sell be like an unopened Zelda, original Zelda, an unopened Mario. You can pull 6 figures with that.
Yeah, but the game's 30 plus years old.
Yeah, 30 plus years old.
The box is in perfect condition.
Right.
It's never been opened. It's still got a factory labeled seal on it. Like, there's all these little things that go into.
Yeah, like the creases on the corner. There's no fade in it. Like, people find these games in their attic that they forgot that, I bought this for my son for Christmas in 1985. And I set it in the attic and I'm like, I'm selling my house now. Oh, shit, I forgot this game up here. Let me see if it's worth something because I never opened it. Yeah. And, if you got the receipts and stuff like that, all that shit matter.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't want to say that every weird game is going to be high value because some of them are bad games with weird names. And those don't go up. Like it has to at least be an interesting game. Like
if you get like Ford versus Ferrari or something like that, that's not going to be a high value game. But it got to be like something like one of those anime-ish RPGs or something like that. Like I saw one yesterday. I've never heard of this game. That bitch was $200. Never heard of this game.
Yeah. No, I mean like and the rarity of a game has a lot to do with the value. Yeah. And just recently, I don't know what changed. I don't know why it did it. There is a new game in my collection that is the highest value game.
What's that?
It is Spider-Man on the Hyperscan.
What? The Hyperscan?
The Hyperscan.
Holy shit. What we talking here?
626.
Shit!
Because they only sold like 600 of those games. And I don't know what changed. I don't know what happened. Because up until then, it was like, if you talk to the right person, you might get 100.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, it's crazy high.
Damn.
But it's that situation where it was, I wouldn't call it a good game, but it was a game that nobody bought, and with a title that people kind of knew.
Right.
And it just, everything kind of lined up, and then boom.
Motherfucking stars aligned for your ass. I'd have sold that bitch.
The problem was I bought the whole Hyperscan collection with the idea that I wanted to make a YouTube video on my other YouTube channel where I just opened up the Hyperscan. Like, the Hyperscan I have is factory sealed. Most of those games are factory sealed. I've got stacks of cards that are factory sealed. I wanted to do this big long video where I opened all this shit up and I go through it and I show like exactly what the Hyperscan does, exactly what it, how the games work, how it plays this. I wanted to do this long ass thing, and then now the sealed copy of Spider-Man I have is $600 fucking and I can't open it.
You better fucking not. I'll hit you in the mouth.
Now I can't open it.
You better not. I'll hit you in the mouth. I'm like, you did what? Bye. I got to.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
But you know what I'm saying? That's like when I was doing my inventory and I had like this Spider-Man game on 360. I was just scanning it, and when I scanned it, I was like, damn, this bitch $80.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. This bitch $80. Like, I don't even remember which one it is, but that's one of my that's probably like that's in my top 10 of most expensive games. I think still the most expensive game I have. No, I don't even think that's it. I was about to say Rival Schools. That we jump high for that one. But because I really wanted that shit. But
well, it's like your favorite game, so that's understandable.
So fucking good. But nobody want to play with me.
That's because you just kick everybody's ass and talk shit the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a game that only you've played. No one knows how to play it.
My homeboys played it, but I don't talk to them people no more. But anyways, man, like, there's a lot of weird games out there. Like, weird is good. Like, at first I was, until I got with Eggs over here, I wasn't, too keen on the weird. But he got me on the weird, so now I look for the weird. Weird is good, man. Don't front. Like, if you never heard of it, hey, pick it up, try it. If you a collector like me and him, you might win. You might win. Like, we ain't gonna say all of them good, but
yeah, no, there's definitely some $5 weird games out there, but
right. There's
been many conventions he and I have gone to where I'll go buy a game and I pay like $40-$50 for it, and he's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But the way I'm picking up that weird ass fucking game, and then like a year or two later, it's like, yeah, here, it's $130 now,
I'll sit there and watch him like, what you picking up this weird shit? But now he got me picking up weird shit. Like stuff I never would have bought. That Steel Battalion game, I never would have bought that game until I started seeing like, oh, this money. So
the
now
weird stuff's where it's at.
Yeah.
Weird stuff in Pokemon. The Pokemon games are fucking high in value for some reason.
Yeah, because he will buy more. He more critique his collection. Me, I'll buy in bulk. But I found some winners in that bulk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I definitely found some winners in that bulk. But that's how my collection grew so much, because I'd be like, I'll give you $100 for all them games. And they'll sell them to me, because they think they're worthless or whatever.
Yeah.
But shit, man, I think we had our time, man. Hey, follow us on YouTube at Too Fade to Play. Like and subscribe. Follow us at Instagram, Too Fade to Play. Please subscribe and like, comment any games that you want us to play. Let us know. Get in the comments, man. It helps us. So
yeah.
Any games that you want us to play, that you want us to get into the Cartridge Club, let us know.
Yep. Or if there's any games that you know of with a weird fucking title that we didn't mention, because it's such a weird, obscure game that only you know about.
Yeah.
Tell us. Leave it in the comments. We'd love to laugh about it. You know.
Yeah, it's, like especially the scat. Like you struck gold with that. That was gold.
Sealed scat.
Yeah, that's gold right there. Shit. I'm trying to think. I got any more of the last words? I don't have anything. Wait, I probably will. Go ahead. You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Well, shit, man. I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
Peace.
See ya.